Hey everyone, it's Chris here, and today I'm going to talk about why winter is a great time to get out and hike. Alright, well here in the Southern Hemisphere, we've just come into the beginning of our winter. And this is normally a time of year when many people will spend more time indoors and shelter from the cold. I personally think it's a great time of year to get out and hit the trail. And I'll go through a number of reasons why I think hiking in winter is a great thing to do. So the first reason I think winter is a great time to get out and hike is because basically you're going to be getting warm by hiking anyway when it's cold, and you don't actually get as sweaty and hot when you're hiking in winter as you would in the warmer months. So I just think it's a great time to get out and warm yourself up against the cold weather. The main thing is that you've got a good layering system, so when you're stopping, obviously you're able to put on warmer layers, but provided you've got the right clothing with you, you'll always be able to stay warm whether you're actually hiking along or taking a rest on that hike. The second reason I think hiking is great to do in winter is because it keeps you physically active during months when it's typically a bit easier to make an excuse to stay indoors and perhaps not exercise as much. Getting outdoors for a hike during those colder months is a great way to just keep your physical and mental health in a good state when the weather's colder and you typically may not be as active and find it a bit difficult to get through those winter months. It's a great way to get out there and keep yourself active, and that's going to really help with your overall sense of well-being over those winter months. The third reason I think hiking in winter is great is that you get to see the landscape in a totally different way than you would in other seasons, and it provides for things that you wouldn't usually see in different times of the year. As an example, last year I went and did a hike in winter at the Grampians National Park. That's typically an area that in the warmer months is very dry and not a lot of water around. Whereas going up there in winter, in the weeks before the hike, there'd actually been quite a lot of rain around, and it just meant that there was water flowing everywhere, and it just created a totally different feel to the landscape than what you would see when it was dry. So just a great way to see things from a different perspective over the winter months. The fourth reason that winter is a great time to get out and hike is that the trails and campsites won't be as busy as they are at other times of the year. Generally, there are fewer people who are wanting to get out and go camping or hiking at that time of year. So you're going to find that it's going to be a lot easier to book campsites, and you'll find that you'll have fewer people on the trails as well. So if that's what you're looking for, just a quiet time out in nature, either in your small group or even on your own, then winter is a great time to do that. The fifth reason that winter is a great time to get out and hike, and I think this is a really important one, is that there are far fewer insects around. In the warmer months, you're dealing with flies and mosquitoes and all sorts of other insects, and you just don't have that same issue when the weather's colder. There will still be insects around, but they're far fewer than there would be when the weather's hot or warm, and you just don't have that annoyance of having to deal with insects when you're out on the trail. The sixth reason why it's a great time to get out and hike in winter, and this is particularly so in a country like Australia, is that you don't have to worry about snakes. There are plenty of snakes in Australia, as you may already know, and it's one of the things that we have to always be wary of in the warmer months when they are out and active. We always have to be on the lookout for snakes, and look, snake bites are generally pretty rare, but it is something that has to be considered when you're out hiking in those warmer and hotter months. And it's just not something that you have to worry about in winter. Snakes are all in hibernation at that time of year, and it's just one less thing that you have to worry about when you're going out for hikes. And the final reason why I think winter is a great time of year for hiking is food. There's nothing better than getting to the end of a long day's walk, setting up your stove, firing that up, and getting your food prepared, and just having some hot food when the weather's cold. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's just something that makes the food taste better when the weather's cold, when you're out in the wilderness. So that's one of the things I also love about winter hiking. Somehow the food just tastes amazing when the weather is cold outside. Depending on where you are in the world, the winter climate is going to vary significantly. Here in the southern regions of Australia, our winters are comparatively less cold than other parts of the world. So for example, going out for a winter hike in Canada is a very different prospect to going for a winter hike here. Really, the only areas that we hit the snow is if we're heading up into the alpine regions. Otherwise, it's unlikely that you'll have much snow in winter here, and you're going to be hiking just in cold weather, but not through the snow. Regardless of where you are though, it's about having the right gear and the right clothing for the type of cold weather that you're going to be heading out into. So there you go, there's a list of reasons why I think winter is a great time of year to get out and hit the trail. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you out on the trail next time.